Howdy everybody, Steve here, I did that all wrong. Howdy everybody, Steve here, KM9G. Today, Retevis, RA89. Let's figure out what all is good about this radio. We have a new radio. I love new radios. I hate camera shake, but I love new radios. This is the Retevis RA89. It is 10 watts, and it is 70 centimeters and 2 meters. Let's get it open and see what we've got. User manual. We don't like user manuals. They sent an empty bag. I'm not sure why. We have the radio. It's a chunky boy. That's a big battery. Need a big battery for 10 watts. I see USB-C charging with a thing I'm going to lose as a dust cover. And then that says open and it comes out. And the battery is 2500 milliamp hours, 18.5 watt hours. And there is the inside of the radio. And we've got an FCC ID of 2A30ORA89. It's like they made this thing up themselves. I'm not saying they did. I'm saying it's like they did. That's kind of an interesting release mechanism for the... It's kind of tool-free. Open, pop, and it unlocks itself. All right, there is a drop-in charger. And the drop-in charger is interesting. It has a couple of studs on the bottom and a couple of spring clips on the back. So 4 points of contact. That holds pretty good. Nice. Oh, it even has a little bit of trouble coming out. Let's get the antenna on before we hurt ourselves. Kind of reminds me of like a Motorola antenna. USB-C to USB-A cable included for charging. And then some screws for the belt clip. And a programming cable. Nice. And this one's got the chip inside of the cable head. Otherwise, they're using a really big, bulky cable head for no apparent reason. USB-A on the cable head. And then on the back, oh, they did. This is very smart. This is what I like. They're finally starting to get something. Some radio manufacturers will ship you a radio that has the USB-C plug on the back of the battery, which is nice. I like it. And then has a barrel jack here. So you wind up getting a USB wall wart, a USB cable, a radio with a USB port, a regular wall wart with a barrel jack, and the cradle. And now I've got like, why are you shipping me extra stuff? You also get a lanyard in case that's your jam, but no super secret FBI earpiece. Great. I don't like those anyway. So there we go. Let's see who's inside. Nobody, because the battery's dead. I guess we need to charge the battery and come back. I don't want any of y'all to think that I am complaining. That's really not the point. I'm trying to point out some places where manufacturers can do a little bit better, round out the product a little bit more. This radio, as an example, has a USB dock and a USB battery charging, and then they still use the Kenwood connector and a USB cable for programming. Let's make one port that does all the things. Wouldn't that be amazing? I could carry my USB-C cable with me, which would program the radio, charge the radio, power the docking station, which would also charge the radio nicely if I was going to do, like at-desk radio type work. But now the radio is charging, and we're going to be back when that's done. Let's take a look at some of the features on the website so I can tell you all about this thing and not be making stuff up. This is the RA89. It is a high-power, dual-band, waterproof radio. You can get them in a 1-pack, a 2-pack, a 10-pack, or a 20-pack. What are you going to do with 20 radios? I don't think I have 20 friends. That's going to hurt. It's going to hurt me, I guess. And the price on the 1-pack is $55.24. Noise reduction, dual display, dual watch, big battery, Type-C charging, all that stuff we already covered. 1 meter. You can have it underwater, 1 meter deep for 1 hour. But make sure you have all the waterproof covers shut. Power high, power mid, power low. So 10 watts, 5 watts, and 1 watts. Noise reduction. Ham radio does have a lot of noise in it. USB-C charging, power bank, vehicle, or computer. So you can charge this from your computer. Making progress. Oh, this does frequency copy. That's nice. So it says, long press the AB key and you can quickly identify the scan signal, copy, and save the CTCS or the DCS. It is more efficient to decrypt. Oh, decrypt, bad word. And faster to scan. I don't know about that. It'll listen to FM radio. Great. I can't tell you the last time I listened to FM radio. It has scramble encryption, which as hams we can't use encryption, so I wonder what they're trying to do with that. Emergency alarm, programmable VFO, I would hope so. Supports chirp programming, and chirp, as you know, runs on Linux, Windows, and Mac. It runs everywhere except for on your cell phone. Can't wait to get an Android chirp version. That would be awesome. They say the weight is 295 grams. SMA-M antennas. If you're going to use the USB charger option, when you plug it in, it lights up to tell you whether it is charging or not. It is currently red because it's charging. I'm going to hope that it goes green. Let's try a different, bigger power supply. This is my MacBook's power supply cable. And this is the thing about MacBook power supplies. They don't put out the right voltage. They put out some of the PD voltage, but not all of them. So that's a big gotcha about that kind of stuff. Just got to make sure you have the right charger for the job. There you go. Okay, let's take a look at programming the radio from the front panel.
Escape. Menu.
That's not the normal lady in the radio.
Escape. Menu. Scan.
Well, it's scanning. Looks like it's got some built-in channels. VFO-A is on channel mode. VFO-B is on VFO mode. Seeking. I don't know what it's seeking. Awesome. But that's not what we set out to do. There is a local repeater in my area, W9WAR. It has a listen frequency of 4440000. Okay. And then we need to go in and we need to program an offset.
Menu. Scan. Set.
RX encoding or RX encryption.
Set.
Radio
Set.
version, reset.
Set.
I'm going in the wrong direction.
Display. Mode. Lock. Mode. Scrambler. Scan. Deep scan. Band. Auto. Shit down. Encode. Decode. Code. Shit.
Okay, so the shift on this is
Code. Shit. Enter.
5 megahertz. It's going to take a while to get there.
5. 5. Enter. Enter. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 5. 0. 0. 0.
Okay, there we go. 5 megahertz.
Enter.
Good.
Voltage. Display. Voice. Volt. Shit. Code. Decode. Encode. Shit. Down. Enter.
So it said shift down, but that's actually shift direction because you can go positive or negative. Positive or negative. Positive or minus. Plus or minus. And in this case, it is a positive 5 megahertz offset on a 70 centimeter repeater.
Menu. Shit. Down. Enter.
And it timed out on me,
Enter.
which is fine.
Auto. Band. Scan. CT. Band. Auto. Shit. Encode. Enter.
And this is a 110.9. So this says T-CDC. I would expect it to say something else.
Enter.
110.9 on the
Shit.
transmit.
Down. Encode. Code. Enter.
And 110.9 on the receive.
Enter.
And that should be it.
Enter. Enter. Escape.
There we go. It came back, but I was horizontally polarized and the repeater's vertically polarized, so that was fun. Kilo, Mike 9 Golf, testing the W9WAR repeater.
Menu.
Setting on here I need to deal with.
Decode. Encode. Shit. Down. Auto. Band. Scan. Scan. Scrambler. Lock. Mode. Display.
Yep. Should be working from this end. 9 HFD. Good afternoon, Steve.
All right, that's Gail out in Amory. Hey, Gail, I am testing out a new radio and making a video on the Retevis RA89.
Menu.
It's doing a fantastic job. Getting a great signal in. Absolutely no background noise or nothing. Sounds like just like you're sitting in the room.
I mean, to be fair, I am cheating. I can probably see the repeater tower from where I'm sitting if I look hard enough.
Well, that's... But have clean up and good tone and not too loud so it hums and all that. And it's doing a good job.
All right, thanks for being out there, Gail. I'm going to get back to work here.
Me too. WD9, 50.
I think he was cutting in and out because of squelch settings, and I was trying to do that, but you can't change the menu settings while it is receiving.
Set. 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 level.
Squelch is 5, yeah.
Enter.
I'm going to turn that down. Turn it down to 1, see what happens. All right, it's on 1. So if somebody comes through while I'm doing anything else, I will have it on video for you guys. I'm pretty happy with the menu system. It does do voice prompts for just about everything except for when you go deep into the menu. So your menu option, like the CTCSS, it said code, transmit code. But when you went into it, it didn't say 110.9, 67 point whatever. So you have to hope that you know where you're going, or you have to have somebody to help. So it's 75% site disabled working. I guess that's the easiest way to put it. I don't know. Better than most radios, not as good as it should be is probably what I would say on that. So good place to start if compared to everything else that's out there. Then again, from the providing useful feedback perspective, it's interesting to me that when you program in an offset, you also have to tell it that there is an offset. If you programmed in an offset, doesn't that tell it that there is an offset? So that could have saved some memory for another feature. Who knows? Just thoughts. The moment that we are all waiting for, myself included, is the power test. This is the Shorecom SW102, and it's going to tell me the power output up here in the corner, and then it's going to tell me the SWR here and the frequency over here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to switch to 1, 4, 6, 5, 2, 0, 0. Oh, and I did it too many times.
Escape.
All right, 146.52 on the dial there. And then we're going to key down, and this is using the stock antenna. And it says 5.48 watts, 2.47 SWR at 146.52. And on the screen it says H, S, and W. So I'm going to guess that H is for high power.
Menu.
But let's check in the menu to see.
Squelch. Power.
Power is high. Okay.
Enter.
Power is low.
Enter.
And so now it's changed to an L in the screen instead of an H. And 1.07 at 2 to 1 SWR. So my guess is that if you got a better antenna, you'd get better power out.
Menu. Power. Enter.
Mid power.
Enter. Escape.
2.78 watts, 2.36 SWR. KM9G testing. Okay, and now we want to switch over to VHF. But first we're going to, well, let's just switch over first.
Escape. 4, 4, 6, 0, 0, 0.
And then let's do,
Menu.
it's already on high power, but let's just
Power.
take a look. Power high.
Escape.
So we are at 446, 8.42 watts, and 1.36 to 1 SWR. So like I was saying, a better SWR mount on your antenna will get you more power out. Let's switch it over to
Shift. Enter. Enter.
power to mid.
Escape.
5.4 watts out, 1.17 to 1 SWR.
Enter.
And now we're back on a low power.
Escape.
2.54 watts, 1.09 to 1 SWR. That says 2.57 when I let it settle down. I know the next thing you guys are worried about is whether this radio is clean or dirty. And this is my Tiny SA and Nano VNA Go box. And I'll have a link in the description up above for you. And you're definitely going to want to use an attenuator so you don't put too much power into your Tiny SA. I'm going to put this back on 146.52.
0.
And I put that into the wrong port. It goes on the low port. All right, so now we want to get this thing all configured. And I want to go through measure harmonic of 146.52 megahertz. And then I want to put in a notice of the external attenuator of -40. We put in 1x, and so now we've got a -40 dB of attenuation on the external. I'm going to display, and I want to hit draw line, and I want to put the line in at -16.02. This is the second part of the test. So the first part is it's got to be a certain dB down from the primary, and the second part is it's got to be below that blue line. So we're actually looking for both of those two things to pass. And let's put this on high power.
Menu. Power. Enter. Enter.
I'm going to give it a while for it to sort itself out. And as long as those bars are moving, it's a problem. All right, so we are down the right amount. I believe it's -40, but we are above the blue line at high power. Let's switch over to
Menu.
mid power.
Escape.
And let's run that test again. And she's getting close, but not close enough. Let's do a low power. Oh, it looks like it's good on low power. Well, that's the Retevis RA89 radio. If you'd like more information, there are links in the description down below for everything that I have demonstrated in the video here. And otherwise, there is a video right over here I think you might enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.